Hello, welcome to the second edition of You, Me, and Sous Vide. It's over there, by the way, that's what I was pointing. So today we are going to be making beautiful ribeye, and we are going to be cooking them to medium well, which on the Novo guide it is 150 degrees, and you cook it for 1 hour for medium well. And for our side dish, we're doing a fancy pomme puree, which in French means basically mashed potatoes. So, and that's why restaurants can charge much more when they put the menu in French. But we're doing a little bit fancy pomme puree because we're going to, like I said, sous vide it. We're doing it with lots of butter, organic milk, but I have a little bit of butter from an old recipe called sous vide coffee butter. So there's about 200 grams of coffee butter inside the whole mix of 900 grams of butter is the total recipe because I'm doing a 2-time recipe. So basically very simple steak and mashed potatoes, but we're making it sous vide ribeye and sous vide mashed potatoes. So it may sound fancy, but it's not. It's very simple. All you need is any sous vide and you are good to go. So basically all we will do for the flavorings, we're going to do salt and pepper on both sides. Make sure you do the fat. We're going to put some fresh sage in. We're going to put some fresh thyme in. And that is it. And I don't have Cryovac bags, so I'm going to use awesome super Ziploc bags, and we're going to do the water displacement method later. So right now I'm going to start by salting each side of the steaks. There's 3 of us. You can't see them, but the lovely guest and host is Nathan and Lila. This is their casa. So always salt from the air because you want to give that salt to separate. So if you did it right here, you'd be only getting that little spot and it's going to be over salted. So always salt from the air. And don't worry about any of that excess that falls on the cutting board. You can just mop it up with the steaks so you're all good in the hood. You always want to cook your meats at room temp, basically. So pull these out like an hour before you even drop them in the sous vide. Because if you took it straight out of there, it's basically going to drop the temperature of the sous vide. It's going to take longer to cook. This is going to take a lot less shorter time to cook because it's room temp. It's not refrigerator 35 degrees. And then you can turn them on their sides like this. So you get that nice layer of fat on the one side that's full of flavor. It's going to caramelize, release its jus naturally. I'm getting a call, and I ended it. Now the pepper time. Graciously season this, because this is the flavor, this is what it's going to have while it's cooking. Perfect. Like I said, basically you just want to mop it up. Let's move the salt. Basically just take it, what's all the left on that cutting board, so there's no waste. You're not making a mess. You're using everything that you used. Because waste here is money, and some of us don't have money, so we got to use everything that we have. So, and that's what real chefs do in restaurants. There's no waste. There should be no waste. Always use everything you have. You never know when you might not have it. Okay, bam. So we're done with the flavoring part. You're going to take your Ziploc bags, you're going to whip it in like that because so that this part won't touch the meat, so there will be no cross-contamination. So you're going to take your meat, inside, turn it, take your other one, put it inside too, and then from there you want to season both sides with a fresh thyme spring. So you can do one on top, another one on this side. You can do sage too while we're at it. Because I like these aromatics, they're flavorful, they're good with meat. take it on the other side, do that. What you do to one side, always do to the other side. It's very simple. Gonna do the last one. I got the gallon size Ziplocs. I'm cooking for 3 people, so 2 maximum fits in one. Flip it on the other side, some more thyme, and more sage. Alright, one more, a bit more thyme. I love thyme. Alright, so there you go. You have your ready to go sous vide rib eyes. So then from there, you wash your hands. So you got your bags here. You're going to flip it around, take it off of that, and you're going to do the water displacement method. So you're going to take it, you're going to drop it in, let the natural air come out of the bag, push it down. Water's hot, be careful. You're going to press out as much air as you can. Just until about that, leave about 1 inch left in the bag so you can press out as much air as possible. Then you close it. Bam. It just goes like that. Bam. And you're done. So then I'm using the Anovo app. So what I would do is then now I would start the recipe and it'll cook for precisely an hour. Once it's done for an hour, you can basically either broil it to caramel it on, do the Maillard effect on each side. You can sear it with some canola oil, let it get hot, cook it on each side, put a little butter, fresh garlic, more thyme, baste it, baste it, baste it. But we'll come back to that when we're done. So thanks for tuning in. Come back again when we're done.
Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, it's been an hour for our sous vide ribeyes, and this is the par finished product as you can see it. So this was cooked for, like I said, for a medium well temperature on the inside, and it was at 150 degrees for 1 hour. So obviously just to finish it, we're going to sear it in some vegetable oil and some butter and whole garlic cloves and thyme, and we're just going to sear it on each side to get that Maillard effect, the color, the caramelization of the skin obviously, and we will baste it with its natural juices, the oil and the butter for very much.
Alright, welcome back to You Mean Sous Vide. So as you can see, we are just now pan searing it. I just got some vegetable oil, really hot. You can use rice bran oil, you can use canola, preferably anything with a high smoke point. You want to get that nice caramelization. So I started that, got that really hot. I added in the steaks, got that nice sear sound. And from there I just added some butter, threw in some thyme just for some flavor. And now you just let chemistry and heat do its natural product. Let the butter melt, start coating the steak. Basting part. Take your pan, throw on the juices. This is going to really lock in the flavor, basting with all that fat, that butter.
keeping it nice and moist. I'd assume everyone likes a nice, moist, flavorful steak. You can always check it. This is looking good. As you can see, you have that nice caramelization. Always flip away from you so you don't get the fat hitting back at you, burning you, hurting you. Press it down. Don't forget your garlic. Oh baby, and we have our nice done steak here. Make sure to do the fat always too. It's very hot. You can tilt your pan so that oil gets nice, put that nice fat, releases juices. You can do the other side too, right there. And then from there, you would take your steak off, take your pan off the heat. You can take that all that excess juice and oil, pour that right on top. Bam. And there you have your sous vide steaks. Enjoy. Thank you for tuning in to You, Me, and Sous Vide.